Hi guys, welcome to my video. Right here I've got my brand new 2017 Bass Cat Sabre FTD. I just picked this up the other day. Love this new boat. I'm making this video because I spent a bunch of time looking at a whole bunch of boats before deciding to buy this one. And I didn't feel like there was enough information online, enough videos, enough information on forums about the new Bass Cats. It seemed like there was a lot of information about some of the older Bass Cats. Anyway, I spent a ton of time looking at a few brands. I looked at Tracker, I looked at Nitro, I looked at Ranger, looked a little bit at Crestliner, and then I started looking at the Bass Cats, and I decided to buy the Bass Cat, obviously. And I'm not about to start slamming any other brands. I really liked a lot of the features on a lot of the brands I mentioned, but for me personally, this Bass Cat was the choice. I'm not saying those other boats couldn't have worked, but for me this one had all the check boxes. So I'll go ahead and give you guys a tour of the new boat and tell you the things I like about it. I'm an honest person. I'll tell you the things I don't like also. But as you can see here, for starters, my priority was having a tournament style bass boat that would fit in my garage. And this is a small frickin' garage. So for me, this 18'1" bass boat fits just perfect. With the collapsible tongue, I can fit it over to the side of my garage and close the door, and I'm happy. This boat has plenty of room, even though it's only 18'1". Back here we got the rear platform for your co-angler. Tons of room. Up front we got this big front deck, and I gotta say I'm impressed with how much room is up here. There's quite a bit of room for fishing and tons of storage. In this video I'll open up all the compartments for you and I'll show you how much room. Just tons and tons of room. I'm super happy. This is the white with the charcoal mist. See if I can get a good picture, a good video for you of the cool charcoal mist color. I wanted to pick a color that I would like for many years, so I didn't go with any of the crazy colors, and I gotta be honest, there's a lot of really cool colors I could have gone with, but I saw this on another boat. Actually, I saw this on a Pantera too, and the colors looked really great. I changed a few things from that other boat I saw. I changed some of the upholstery colors, and I went with the black bottom, as you can see there. I like the look of the black bottom a lot. I think it looks really cool. You can see the upholstery. Bass Cat does a really good job on the upholstery. I'm really impressed. Seems like really good quality. The stitching seems high end. It's comfortable. Something that you may have noticed in my video here is that I have both the middle seat and the middle console. Now, when making the choice on the boat, I was supposed to pick one or the other, but I wanted both. So I paid for both, and by doing this, I can have the third seat for a third passenger, and I can have the center console. And the center console normally goes up here where the seat is, but right now I just have it resting on the floor, and right now it's working pretty damn good. So I know it's not the most convenient thing in the world to have it on the floor there, but it's designed to stand on, so you can stand on it no problem. This way My video stopped. Anyway, so this way I have the center seat, but I also have the console down below. And that allows me to have cup holders. As you can see, I got that Drake's beer sitting there. And then a little glove box. If I hadn't have bought that, then if I only had the seat, there would be no cup holders and there would be no glove box. That's my complaint number one with this boat. If you want to go with the 3 seats, then you don't have cup holders or any kind of a glove box to hold keys, wallet, phone, whatever. And like I said, that's why I bought both. But I think that they should have included some type of a cup holder, at least for the driver, in some kind of compartment. But anyway, my solution seems to be working right now. As you can see here, has a really nice console. I'm really happy with the console. Looks good, totally functional. Mile per hour gauge, fuel gauge, tack, trim. Got a 12-volt port. Down there we got my remote control for the power poles. The multi-touch switch, which I paid for the live well lighting, and I think it's funny, but the button for the live well lights is right in the middle of this, right there. There's actually no button marked, but there is a touch screen, so it does work. Pretty funny. Down here we've got the controls. On the left top we got the master power. Then you have the empty and the auto for the live well, and then underneath I have the pro, the pump in, pump out. So it adds to how fast you can pump in and pump out the live wells. And then back to the touchpad, you got bilge, manual, and auto, the nav, and the nav lights, and then the aerator, which you can put in manual or 3 or 5 minute intervals. Really a functional little console. As you can see, I got the big Helix unit up there, and I put it on a Bass Boat Technologies mount. It seems to be a pretty nice mount, pretty damn sturdy. And I did the tilt steering wheel, so it gives me a little more room. I'm 6'2", and I fit nicely in there. Plenty of room for me. No problems at all. Did a good job with how clean everything looks. Console looks really, really good. Especially with the windshield on there, and even their decals look really nice. They're raised decals. Right here we have a little push button. The power's not on, but if you push that button and this light will come on. Alright, now I'll show you the back end. Here we can see the Mercury 4-stroke 150. This motor runs great. Super happy with it. Came with the Fury 24 prop. One thing I really like about Bass Cat is that it comes with a jack plate, and I like how they do 6 bolts. Might be kind of hard to see here, but it's 6 bolts that go through the boat. Some companies, I guess, you use 4. I also really like how the power pole blades mount to the side of that jack plate. Here, obviously, you can see the 10-foot blades. One thing I like very much about the blades is that they tuck in pretty close to the motor, which allows me to keep the ladder for use. I got 2 kids, and if they want to swim, they can get in and out of the boat using the ladder. I was looking at talons, and with the talon it mounts and sticks out here, and so I would essentially have to remove the ladder or just leave it in the up position all the time. They stick out pretty far, so the talons, so the power poles tucking in allows me to use the ladder. Another reason that I decided to go with power pole is because they scissor down, and when they're in the down position, they're down and out of the way, and you can, cast without avoiding hitting the poles. With talon, the unit itself is always up in the air, so even when the pole is down in the mud, then the frame, if you will, the outer box is still sticking up. So with these power poles, when they're in the down position, then they're out of the way. I like that. I also like that they're pretty quiet. The hydraulics are pretty quiet. I mean, yeah, you can hear them, but they're not too bad. I've heard some guys concerned about the noise, and they honestly aren't that bad at all. The Mercury 4-stroke, some guys were saying that I should go with the Optimax, which was an option, but I just wanted to go with 4-stroke. I've had 4-strokes before, and that are reliable, and I don't have to worry about mixing oil. And I mean, this thing has plenty of power. It's I'm cruising around in the 50s right now, just messing around, and it'll supposedly it'll do. They say, I've heard people say you can do like 67 in this boat, but I've got up to like 56, 57, and then backed off. So far, I haven't really been on it full speed, but maybe I can report back about that later. Okay, now we'll move on to another part of the boat. Here's the front of the trailer. I just want to show that this trailer is really good quality. Super happy with it. It's really simple to collapse. So these two pins that come out allows it to just fold over. They give you a nice folding winch and a nice folding jack. Got a nice spare in there. Here's the bass cap platform on the tongue you can step on, which makes it nice. So here's with the trailer tongue collapsed, and one thing I wanted to show that was something that was also important to me is the pivot point on the collapsible tongue is not sticking out far from the front of the bow of the boat, so you really do get maximum storage ability with that fold-away tongue like that. One of my complaints with Ranger with their collapsible tongue was the pivot point sticks out pretty far, so you have all this space before the pivot, which seemed like that was just a mistake to me. In order to fit it in a garage, you need to get that pivot point as close to the tip of the bow of the boat as possible, in my opinion. I did call Ranger, and they said that they could do a custom trailer for me, that they could do a different pivot point, but that would be a special circumstance. I think that that's a mistake on their part, like I said. One more thing here too. I like the way that they do the collapsing tongue. It has this insert right here. The insert goes into square tubing, and then you have the two bolt holes. It seems to be really secure. So up front here, I've got the Minn Kota Fortrex 24 volt, 80 pound trolling motor. This thing works great. Super happy with it. Easy to deploy, easy to stow. Foot control is nice and easy to use. Up here I got another big helix unit on a ram mount. It's totally nice to have up front there. I'm using the sonar 2D and the down imaging helix in the front, and then in the console I have the sonar and down imaging and high def side imaging. So far those two combinations are working well, and of course both of them have GPS. This bow comes with the single rod strap bungee right there. I got a second one for both sides. One thing I like too is it has that recessed platform for putting the reels of your rods. It kind of keeps them on the deck, and then the trolling motor doesn't hit them. I don't know, it's just a cool little feature. At first I thought I wouldn't like it because I thought I wouldn't like having that little hole there. I thought I would step on it, it would piss me off. But the truth is it doesn't bother me at all. So far it hasn't been an issue. Oh, and here's a cup holder. I mentioned earlier how there's no cup holders unless you get that center console. That's the one cup holder in the front there. Another complaint. They should have included some type of tool holder so you could have a beer or a water in that cup holder and then still have a couple of slots for some needle nose pliers or, you know, whatever up front. It would be nice to have an area for tools. So right now I've been sticking my pliers in that cup holder or just down in the hole down there underneath the graph. But it would be cool if they had a spot for tools. Right here we've got passenger rod tubes. They fit nicely on this side here underneath that bungee and then lay along the back there. This bungee seems to be pretty bomb-proof. I thought it looked flimsy to me at first, but they actually seem to be pretty damn strong. Those little bungees are pretty strong. Right here, we've got a cool cooler. Can fit quite a few waters in there, or beers or whatever, on the right hand side. And it does have a plug, a drain I should say. And then the left hand side, that's a dry storage for like sandwiches or whatever. Here we got this tackle storage. I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with how much room is in this tackle storage. Right now I've got 12, the standard like Plano 3750 size, or I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but like the Flambeau 5701s. I got 12 of them in there, and there's tons more room. If my math is correct, I was fucking around in there. I think maybe you could probably fit 21 or 22 of them in there. I mean, seriously, that's a ton of room, and keeps it all nice and secure and dry. That's the other thing too about all these compartments. It keeps everything dry. I brought this home in the rain, and nothing in the compartments got wet at all. And here's another compartment here that's just like the one I just showed you. Tons of room there. On this right hand side there is storage. Right now I've got just some various things in here. It's a nice carpeted storage, really deep, tons of room. Some people could put rods in that one if you wanted, but I don't have that many rods. So for me, this side over here, all my rods are out right now, but this side right here is where you have all the rod storage. The tubes are up front there, and then there's the holes in the back here with more bungee straps to hold them. You can easily fit, I don't even know how many rods in there, a ton. But I've got 7.5 footers that fit great, no problem. So here are all of the front compartments open to show you guys. As I mentioned before, generous rod storage. I have 6 rods in there right now. There are 3 more empty tubes in there, plus underneath there's plenty of room. You could store more rods. I don't even know how many you could fit in there. I already talked about this tackle storage. Here's the front, I don't know what you call that storage, but another generous storage. That's the other side we talked about already. Back here you have the live well with the center divider. Nice big deep live well. I don't know how many gallons it holds. The back is very accessible, easy to get to the batteries. I have 3 in there right now, and then easy to get to the channel in the middle where your bilge pumps are. There's the hydraulic pumps for the power poles. Very, very accessible. I have a bunch of life vests in that one there. Plenty of room. Sorry, hard to do this with one hand. Another compartment in there. Plenty of room. Can't say enough about how nice it is to have so much storage. And I already talked about the cooler. So I put the seats in so I can show you the seats. Here's the front butt seat. Like I mentioned before, quality stitching, quality upholstery. Has the embroidered Basscat logo. Color matched to the other seats. Seems to be a pretty decent quality butt seat. It's comfortable. It has the handle here for adjusting the height. Very user friendly. And then swivel's nice. The back seat right here also matches the upholstery with the appropriate colors. Nice stitching. Seems to be pretty strong. Nice swivel. Basscat logo in the back. You raise and lower the back with the red button right here. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. Maybe not. Locks in place. I've driven around pretty fast with this in place and it hasn't flown out or hasn't come loose. Pretty happy with that. One thing I didn't mention before was I like the controls for the trim up here on the bow. I've been able to use my foot easily and trim the motor up when I'm going somewhere shallow for the down and the up. Also has lighting control with that switch. Just a good place for it, I think. I want to show you guys too, even the pin striping on the trailer looks quality. It's not a sticker either. It's painted on. So they do a good job. Even something as simple as pin striping the trailer is good quality. Fiberglass fenders on the trailer look real nice. Seem to be real sturdy and make a good look to the trailer. Nice looking aluminum wheels. And the spare matches too. There. So far, I am just totally happy with this boat. I'm sure it'll give me plenty of years of use. So that's pretty much it for my video. If you guys have any questions, then please comment, and I'll be happy to answer if I can. All right, tight lines.